So what are we doing here today? Why are we in the studio?
Why are we in the studio? Well, we are here today because we're doing a Neither Noir shoot as well. Neither Noir. Check us out. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, Friendster, LiveJournal, Tinder,
Grindr.
Yeah, Grindr. Any of those social media sites, you'll find Neither Noir.
Craigslist.
Craigslist, yes. We are for sale on Craigslist. We'll come and help you move all the stuff out of your garage.
Have a casual encounter.
Yes, we can casually encounter you somewhere. In an alley or something.
Alright, so I need to tighten it just a little bit more. You may want to tighten this a little more later.
Probably, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay, so we're almost done. So we've got the most tedious parts done here. So got it all set up nice and neat. Looks good there all around. So let's get some wheels and some bearings together.
Okay,
so like before, you want to keep these actually look like they're pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do them.
Does it say anything on the box? Might want to check that, right?
I don't think it did.
Nope, it just says removable rubber shields. Try to say that 10 times. Try to. Okay. Now, are bearings different size, or are they generally the same size?
They're generally all the same size. These, for some reason, are a lot harder to put in than your wheels were.
I don't know, I found it pretty hard to put. Oh, you mean like push them all the way down?
Uh-huh. There we go. That looks good like that. Yeah, they're really hard to get started in there. At least that first one was. The second one is not.
Yeah, the back side I've already put in mistakenly. God, man, that is hard. You hit a line. Let's just try to put some cushion in. And actually, you can just put the bearing on like that.
Uh-huh.
And then push it through. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
It is.
And you just want to push it down till you hear it pop in there. Can I get that tool real quick while you're doing that?
You can get this tool real quick while I'm doing this.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And we're just going to tighten this down. We're going to tighten it all the way till the wheel does not move. So it makes sure that it just tightens the bearings in there so they don't come popping out when you're in a critical juncture.
One really important thing to note, whenever you're putting any kind of bolts, any kind of nuts on a bolt, be sure that it turns pretty easily. Now, some of these are lock nuts and they won't turn as easily, but you want to be sure that they turn relatively easily, otherwise you're cross-threading them and you'll have a hell of a time trying to get them off later.
All right. Thank you for that lesson.
You're welcome. Lesson. Board's looking pretty sweet.
Yes, it is. These donut wheels are almost good enough to eat.
They are. I'm hungry.
We'll get lunch here soon.
Okay, so that's tightened down to the point.
Okay.
The wheel not moving. Now, I would say probably with something like this where you have the rubber shields on the outside, you don't want to go too tight, so just enough so the wheel doesn't move. Because if you were to tighten these down too tight, you might actually ruin the rubber that's in the bearings.
Good call.
Okay, we're going to loosen it a little bit more here. Nice.
Loosen it just a touch more.
All right.
Right there. Perfect. Yep.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, let's flip it over to the other side.
It's like ninjas here.
So, the easier install for these is probably actually dropping the bearing on. Whenever you're taking your hardware off of your trucks, there are 2 washers. You want to take the nut off and 1 washer off and leave 1 washer already on the truck. Alright, so I'm going to drop the bearing on. I want to take this and put this upside down or facing the opposite direction and press this on. There. Okay. I'll take that off. Drop the other bearing on. These bearings don't matter which direction they're facing. Alright, so now the rest of the hardware on. Give it a name.
Thank you.
Okay, the wheel's not moving.
It is not moving at all.
Perfect. After we do this, Nate, do you possibly want to talk about how to clean up the edge of your grip tape there?
Sure.
And I can get a piece of mine for you to use.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so that's tight.
That is tight. Perfect. Oh, loose. No, that's good right there. All right.
Okay.
There is a nice assembled.
Okay.
There is a nice assembled board. Feels great. I love what's going on here with the animal print trucks. Looks really good. I'm very pleased with how this has turned out. Josh, thank you for your help here.
And Nate, something I noticed about this, and I know we talked about it a little bit earlier, is the edge of your grip tape. Now, why is some of that sticking over the side?
Because I did not cut it as well as I did your grip tape.
Okay. Would you like to smooth this out or do anything about it?
I would, yes, because it, hanging over the side like
I'll be
that.
right back. You talk to me.
Hang over the side like it is, it can, get caught on something and then get pulled up off of your board, which can create a dangerous situation if you're, riding alongside of a wall, a bank, or something like that. You do not want that coming up and you losing traction in a critical juncture. So, we're going to take some of this old grip tape from...
Do you want to use a razor at all?
Yes, I think I will use a little bit of a razor here. And just try and...
There he goes again, cutting toward himself. But not cutting himself.
Trying not to.
And he is blowing the excess grip tape off. Looks like you're cutting into your board a little bit. Be careful with that.
Yeah, so unfortunately I did not do my grip tape as well as I did Josh's.
You did a good job on mine, except for the holes in the grip tape.
I'm never going to live that one down.
Never. I've got another piece of grip tape here that Nate is going to use to sand down the edges of the cuts he is making on his grip tape so that it looks a little smoother and so that it looks a little more finished. I think that would be a good way to describe that.
That would be, yes, a more finished look.
Yes. Are you satisfied with what's going on right now?
It's okay. It's not the best, but it's better than it was.
Yeah, that right there probably needs it more than anything.
Yes.
And if you're a young kid, you probably want to get help with one of your parents or guardians.
definitely if you have really shaky hands, or you're under, say, 12 or 13 years old, I would say definitely get an adult to help you with this.
Because you do not want to have to use a Band-Aid later.
No. Or go to the emergency room, which is worse than using a Band-Aid.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, having to go to the emergency room instead of, just having, a little cut.
True that.
And like you said in the last video, it's better to have the newest razor possible to cut this. This is not a new razor, so it's making it a little bit jagged as he's cutting. However, it was already on the board, so that's probably part of the problem. That looks pretty good overall there, what you got going on.
Okay, all right. Now we'll take this here. We're just going to use it as sandpaper.
Do you have a problem with it being yellow?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
What does this do?
So this is just going to sand down our rough edges here, make it much smoother, a little easier on your fingers.
It gives it a more finished look. I'm pretty sure you could be a carpenter.
I wouldn't pay myself very much to carpenter your house.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Looking good. That looks much better than good. Yeah. Maybe get right in there. Right over here. A little bit. This also, when you do this also takes off the excess jagged edges of the grip tape itself. So it's not just the wood, but also the grip tape that it's taking off. That's a really cool tip that you learned from.
Yes.
Maybe right in here as well. Ow, sorry.
That
That looks good. Really good. I'm not gonna put all this in my pocket.
Yeah, that'll tear your pocket up.
Yes.
All right, that is a nice finished board.
Nice, that was really good.
So, in our next video, Josh and I are actually going to ride these for the first time out at one of the area skate parks.
Yeah.
And give it a thorough testing out there. So, thanks for watching us here. Hope you learned a few things, some what to do and some what not to do. So,
And be sure you subscribe, like, and comment.
yes, that helps us. Thank you.
All right.